welcome back to Sensibly Frugal Living. Lately a lot of my videos have been related to stocking up my freezer and my stockpile. This video is no different. Yesterday, or my previous video, that was what I bought for £5, which was left over from my grocery budget, and I filled the freezer up in that video. And I wanted to show you the extra little bits I actually bought on my grocery shop. First off, I just wanted to show you this, which is for the Christmas food stash. I only bought one thing this week, Pringles. They're still on offer, so they're getting put in the Christmas food stash. And now these. Have I bought something specifically for the stockpile? No, but I need about 3 of these little onions, so I bought a pack because, you know, it's more cost effective to buy the bigger pack. And we need some spinach this week. But, like I said, we need them for the meals, but there's going to be leftovers, and I'm going to get them prepped and get them in the freezer for winter. I like buying spinach when we need a leafy green, because I like to freeze spinach. So anything we don't use, I freeze it, and I put it into smoothies, into when I make banana ice cream, frozen banana ice cream, things like that. So let's see how many little bags of spinach I can get out of this for the freezer. First up, I've just taken what I need out for this week's tea. We're having chicken burgers and we're having this as our leafy green, and I'm going to get this in the fridge. Please excuse the pyjamas, it's the evening time. When you're a working mum, sometimes you have to make YouTube videos whenever you can, and that means after I've showered and got in my Christmas pyjamas, which I wear all year round. But back to the task at hand. I chop the stalks off. I don't like the stalks, and it doesn't matter sometimes if you're blitzing them, but if I use it in a different recipe, I just don't want the stalks. But you can just freeze them as they are. Just make sure you give them a good wash and portion them out, but future me will be happy that I've cut the stalks off of these. So I've cut all the thicker stalky ends off. That's going in the food waste. This is unwashed, so I'm going to give it a quick wash before I portion it out into freezer bags. Spinach is great if you have kids because you can throw it in any soups and things, and you don't really taste it, but it's full of nutrients and goodness, especially for the winter months. My kids know it's in the ice cream and the smoothies because sometimes it can change the colour, it can go a bit green, but both of them say they can't taste it. So as long as they can't taste it, they're fine with it. My children can be very fussy, but they will eat it like a lettuce. So if I'm making burgers and chicken burgers, they will eat it like a lettuce as long as I chop the stalks off it. So that's 4 bags of spinach ready to go in my freezer for future recipes. So I've got 4 bags of spinach, 2 larger bags and 2 slightly smaller bags, because if I'm making smoothies and stuff I use the slightly smaller bags. I think I'm going to keep the larger bags for if I have to add it to a meal or a slow cooker recipe. Yeah, so quite happy with that. All washed, packed up and ready for the freezer. Now I'm going to do the less fun part. Might have streaming eyes by the end of it. Oh, look at that. I'm going to take 3 out for my corned beef stew, and all the rest is going to be diced up and packaged up. Like I said, this might not be as fun, but certainly get a lot of onions for the freezer. I know people also like to freeze garlic, so they prep bulbs of garlic, get it in the freezer, puree it, get it in the freezer however they like. I tend not to do it with garlic just purely because I buy the garlic puree, and I get garlic paste. It's usually more cost effective to go to the world food section in the supermarket because you can get big tubs of garlic puree, you can get garlic and ginger puree, things like that, and that's what I tend to do. As you can see, I'm really struggling with my eyes at this point. They are really stinging. These onions, my goodness, they pack a punch. If anyone has any tips for peeling onions and not having your eyes sting, please let me know. I did at one point submerge my hands in cold water because I have heard that is good for it, but it didn't work. My eyes were absolutely streaming by the end of this. 1 more to go. Oh, good lord. It doesn't sting. It doesn't sting. It's all in your mind. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Oh. I was crying when I met you. Now I'm trying to forget you. This is why I buy pre-packaged stuff. Dear Lord, have mercy on my eyeballs. Last one. Oh, thank the Lord for that. That is all the onions chopped. This is for the food waste. I'm going to get this all packaged up in the Ziploc baggies and then I'll be back. Even bagging the onions up was making my eyes sting. They were super strong, but that just means they're going to be super tasty in the recipes, right? This has been by far my least favourite prep to do for the freezer, and yeah, hopefully these last a little while. And like I said, I do have some of the pre-prepared stuff that I bought in Tesco's in the freezer already, but I will do this again in the future. And there we have it. 4 healthy, generous portions of onions for the freezer, ready to go in stews, casseroles, soups, and 4 portions of spinach to go in our smoothies, ice creams, anything really, soups. So I'm going to get this all in the freezer, and yeah, this hardly cost me much more than if I just bought a couple of onions. And like I said, I needed everything, so why not buy a packet and freeze the rest? So thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!